Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. It's been a little bit, I had some stuff going on. I'd only managed to keep up with one of my channels during the last couple of weeks. It's been a bit hectic over here, but things are ironing out, so I am aiming to get back on track with the rest of my channels now. So I do apologize for the lack of content over the last 2 weeks, but we have Aurelia in the game. I'm pretty sure that's how we say it, Aurelia, goddess of fertility. Now, fertilizing plants is the way I understand it. I'm having a good laugh at the moment at the contrast in characters they're releasing between AFK Journey and AFK Arena. Pretty solid. But this character honestly looks like I'm gonna have to test, but the battery factor of this character I think could be quite crazy in snowballing energy comps. We'll have to wait and see, but let's go through the kit. So, and there's the animated 2D if you like. Aurelia, get around her. All right, ultimate. At the start of battle, Aurelia waves her sheaf of grain, causing a grain sprout to appear on the battlefield every 10 seconds. Now, that does reduce to every 7 seconds with skill ups. Aurelia is invincible and cannot be targeted for the duration of the skill. Up to 3 grain sprouts can be present on the battlefield at a time. After growing for 4 seconds, grain sprouts will ripen into crops. Crops will be harvested immediately, granting all allies 100 energy and dealing damage equal to 200% of Aurelia's attack rating to nearby enemies. After the harvest, an autumn harvest zone will be created and will remain for 3 seconds. Enemies within the zone will suffer health loss equal to 50% of Aurelia's attack rating every 0.5 seconds. Up to 5 autumn harvest zones can be present at the same time, and that is all passive. The active portion is that she sounds her horn and creates 3 grain sprouts on the battlefield. Now, once again, a new one's created passively every 7 seconds and then 3 more every time she casts her ult. If there are already 3 sprouts on the battlefield, any new sprout will cause the most ripened sprout to ripen immediately. So I feel like she could start snowballing some serious energy, and because her ultimate is what does it, and to me this reads that she's also granting herself energy with these things. If you put another energy battery in a team with her, I feel like you could get some insane levels of energy generation for your entire team just through this sort of factor, because then if you have someone boosting her energy rate, that's just hyper boosting the energy that she's providing to the entire team, and it's just like a massive snowball. That's the way I'm thinking about it without testing, but let me know what you guys think. Anyway, next one. Reaping. My eyes shot me there. Portent? Dude, I don't know if that's how you say it. Allies within autumn harvest zones gain 10 points of physical pierce, while enemies within the zone suffer 20% more damage. So the damage amplification for allies and damage amplification for enemies. When the target is a summon, this damage is doubled. The effect does not stack. Okay, cool. Number goes up, number goes up. For every 15 points of erosion Aurelia has, allies gain an extra 5 points of physical pierce for a maximum of 40 points. So more damage amplification on that one. This one causes the enemy summon with the highest attack rating to begin wuthering away. No, this is the enemy summon, not hero, enemy summon. Suffering damage equal to 15% of its max health every second, up to 720% of her attack rating until death. After death, a grain sprout will grow in its place. If you go against some heavy summoning units, like you could have ridiculous energy regeneration from this. But then summons suffer damage equal to 25% of their max health every second. If no enemy summons are present on the battlefield, a grain sprout is created. And then if no enemy summons are present on the battlefield, then the enemy hero with the highest attack rating is targeted, suffering health loss equal to 50% of Aurelia's attack rating every second and dispelling most buffs. Now, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong. Would it be more beneficial just to ignore this damage and not have this damage effect and instead just get an extra sprout and get energy regeneration for your whole team? Because this, to me, the 30 engraving takes away the instant grain sprout, which is energy regeneration, to deal a bit of damage to an enemy. Am I interpreting that wrong, or do you guys agree that it could be like a negative by having that 30 engraving? I don't know. You guys let me know. All right, this skill. Aurelia waves her sheaf of grain to apply blessings to the allied hero with the lowest health percentage and to the allied hero that has dealt the highest damage. Each allied hero can only receive each blessing once. Fertility Goddess Blessing reduces the damage taken by the allied hero with the lowest health percentage. This damage reduction is proportionate to the percentage of health lost, but cannot exceed 40%. Okay, so a max of 40% damage reduction for the low health ally. The attack rating of the allied hero that has dealt the most damage is increased by 30%. Cool beans. The blessing effects cannot be dispelled. Cool. As we go to skill ups, maximum reduction of 50%. The blessing also dispels most of the target's limitation effects, and Aurelia gains 5 points of erosion for every blessing she applies. Okay. And then we have more erosion effects. For every 10 points of erosion Aurelia has, the effect of the Fertility Goddess Blessings are increased by 20% for a maximum boost of 240%. So 240%, so 200% of the 30 would be 60. That would bring it up to a 90% attack increase plus another 40% of the 30. Is that how it's calculating? Is that how it's calculating out? So that would end up being like 100% attack boost roughly on rough math. Or am I calculating that wrong? That's how I'm reading it. You know, words are tough for me. Signature item. Enemies within an autumn harvest zone lose 30 haste, goes up to 50 haste. Allies within an autumn harvest zone gain 30 points of buffer, goes up to 40 points of buffer. And signature item 40. The duration of autumn harvest zones are increased to 6 seconds. I think they were previously 3. And every time one appears, Aurelia's attack rating is increased by 8% up to a maximum of 80. Okay, so she can get some attack. I don't know if she's going to deal crazy damage, but we'll have to wait and see. For every 10 points of haste Aurelia gains during battle, for every 10 points of haste she gains during battle, the ripening time of grain sprouts is permanently reduced by 0.5 seconds down to a minimum ripening time of 2 seconds. Wow, that's quick. When Aurelia or allied summons take fatal damage from enemies, they become immune to that damage, immediately recover 30% health, and become invincible and untargetable for the next 2 seconds. This effect can only trigger once every 18 seconds. Does that mean once per ally every 18 seconds or once overall every 18 seconds? That's a big one. I think it's once overall based on that wording, but I feel like everyone's getting like team immune to deaths, and it just feels like the game is getting so crept that like you have to have some sort of invincibility factor to even be a character anymore. Let's go over here. Let's take a look at our animations. Begin. All right, there's the sprout. There's so they ripen, the zone comes up. There's the ult. Let's look at her energy. Look at the big jumps in her energy. Boo. I mean, she's killing enemies technically as well, but yeah, they keep replacing super quick. And like so like she gets like 3 on the field, and then she's ulting, and then there's 3, and then she's just like she's doing a self snowball. Like look at it now. I mean, you are getting the kills. So let's go over here. Jump into this one. Let's run her with something tanky. Let's just have a look at this. All right. That was a bit, dude. These stages get way too easy. It's so hard to test things. Let's try her by herself, because we do get the immunity to death. So let's see if she can immune death and get it done. No, not by herself. All right. Well, I mean, I feel like Worm. Okay, let's do Warwick. Boom. Can we do it with Warwick? Yep. There we go. All right. Listen, I got no idea. We're going to have to test that. But energy regeneration battery with possible damage. I'm still not thinking her damage is going to be the main aspect, but the energy regeneration is huge. and honestly nice for sniping enemy summons. But that's what we're looking at. Let me know what you guys think. Aurelia, the goddess of fertility. Get around it. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.